We are in Folsom, a city experiencing rapid growth. We sat down with Folsom Mayor Sarah Aquino to address community concerns and the future of the city. Mayor Aquino has lived in the area for over 2 decades. This is her second term as mayor. She's previously served on the Folsom Cordova School Board as vice mayor. Talk to me about why you think people are deciding to move to a place like Folsom.
Well, we're a full-service city. All the services that we provide are done in-house. We have our own police and fire departments, our own public works, parks and rec. We're a clean, safe city, lots of great job opportunities. We have outstanding public schools, and we have what I would call big city amenities, but a small town feel.
Folsom is home to more than 88,000 people, and with 11,000 new housing units being planned just south of Highway 50, some residents have concerns. We asked Mayor Aquino how the city is working to keep its small town feel with big projects underway.
There is and always will be pressure on Folsom to grow, but we don't have to grow our borders again if we don't want to, at least not in the near future. I think right now the focus is on making sure this new growth area south of Highway 50 looks and feels like it's always been part of Folsom. So the way we do that is with the amenities that we provide. So for example, Fire Station 34 that opened in September, it looks and feels like a fire station that's north of 50.
In 2024, Fire Station 34 became Folsom's first fire station built south of 50. Something residents in the new development called Folsom Ranch had been waiting for as thousands of homes continue to be built. Do you think that there are enough services here to provide enough for people that are currently living in the area?
So the property tax and sales tax that is generated from the development south of 50 goes to pay for the increased services that are needed to cover this area. With that money, we've been able to hire more police officers, add more firefighters. In terms of things like the healthcare services, all 4 major health systems in the region are currently building or have plans to build in Folsom. So that includes Kaiser, Sutter, Dignity, and UC Davis. So right behind me, UC Davis Health is putting the finishing touches on their medical office building.
Traffic. This is like one of the #1 things that people talk about here. Can you just elaborate as much as you can on some of the projects that you guys are looking at?
Yeah, so definitely I would say traffic and stop sign running and red light running are the #1 complaints that I get from residents. With the growth has come some growing pains in the form of additional traffic, particularly on East Bidwell. And so the Empire Ranch Road interchange, that would be a new interchange, 1 exit up from East Bidwell Street. That would take some of the pressure off East Bidwell. So right now that's kind of in the planning stages and waiting for, the environmental documents and all that sort of stuff, approval from Caltrans. Once that comes and that stage is finished this year, we'll immediately move into the design phase. And that should take about 2 years. And then we need to move into construction. And right now we do not have full funding for the construction, so that's something we're going to have to figure out. But we are also looking at other ways to bring some more near-term relief, and roundabouts is one of the things that we're considering.
The mayor says the city adopted a roundabout first policy. They want roundabouts to be considered first before a stoplight or sign. As for the city's schools, a lot of people are concerned that by the time their children get to high school that there won't be enough room. What are the conversations being had about a high school being developed?
Yeah, so right now the kids who live in Folsom Ranch and the other neighborhoods south of Highway 50 are going to schools north of 50, and those schools are getting pretty crowded. Yeah. So Folsom Cordova is going to be having some conversations here in the near future about capacity and what steps could be taken in the short term. For example, they could eliminate inter-district transfers, meaning that kids who live outside of the Folsom Cordova district would no longer be able to come to school at the schools that are impacted.
So what does crime really look like in Folsom?
So overall, Folsom is one of the safest cities in the state, and we have a fantastic police department who does amazing work. But we have had some issues with retail theft, and our police department has worked very closely with retailers to try to target that.
The Folsom Police Department says they've seen an increase in organized retail theft like many other cities across California. The department says a majority of their suspects are not from Folsom. With a force of 79 officers, 4 of which are currently in the police academy, Folsom police say they are looking at several options to increase staffing. They are also looking at building a substation south of Highway 50. Homelessness is another issue the city is looking to stay ahead of. Share your thoughts on homelessness. How are you guys trying to combat it? What does that look like?
We have a homeless outreach team who does a great job interacting with folks, offering them services. Unfortunately, the majority of the people who are offered help refuse it.
What about people that don't want help?
I think we need to make it inconvenient for people to be homeless in our city so that they choose a different path and so that they will accept the help. Because it's not compassionate to have anybody sleeping on the streets. We don't want anybody to do that, but we need them to accept the help that is available and offered to them.
Is there anything that you would want to say to the people of Folsom?
I would say to the residents of Folsom that we want to hear from you. We want you to be part of the democratic process. We want to hear your concerns, and we really do care about this community and the residents in it.